So now it's gonna, looks like it's leveling nozzle number 2, and it's gonna go around the build plate in probably about 4 or 6 locations, and it switches between 1 and 2. I don't know if I've always been on the path of technology, especially since I started out with not really knowing anything. I grew up on a farm. We have about 240 acres. We do corn, crops like hay. We have about 100 head of cattle, so I'm a farm girl. I guess I know the meaning of hard work. And I also know that if something breaks, no one's gonna fix it but you. My name is Rachel Platt, and I'm the Help Desk Manager here at CSS. I'm currently in my master's for project management. I actually graduated here in 2019 with a bachelor's in computer information systems. I had no idea what I wanted to do when I first got here. I was completely undecided. I went to one of the advisory sessions, and one of the advisors, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna stick you in computer science. You act a lot like me. I'm like, okay. What won me over was probably the computer architectures class and working with hardware. One of my advisors in computer science, we actually wanted to make a semi-autonomous robot that could go to the elevator and press a button with an arm. Little did I know, making a robotic arm is actually really difficult. I was told to 3D print the parts because it'd be cheaper. And I realized that 1, I had to fix the printer more often than I was actually printing. And then 2, all my parts were breaking. And from there, I kind of just fell in love with 3D printing. Additive manufacturing, specifically fuse deposition modeling, it comes in spools and it essentially melts and goes through these tubes, and this is the extruder. So this is an FDM machine. It prints in layers. So it goes X, Y, X, Y, and does the object, and then it goes up Z and X, Y, X, Y, Z. Whereas like SLA printing, which uses a resin-based, that uses UV lights and resin to cure. Here at CSS, I've been printing prosthetics or prosthesis, role-playing tabletop game miniatures. We've been printing some things for the chemistry and biology departments. We've been making additions for their equipment, printed the signs for the information technologies department. I'm hoping to get around campus and make all the signs. Before I started here, there were no 3D printers. One of the faculty was assembling one, and that's what kind of drew my interest. And then I got into 3D printing, which are technically also robots. And then I got involved with the OT and PT departments, and we were working on creating prosthetics. The OT department, they're in another building, and they had no idea. So they actually approached UMD, and I heard about this, and I was like, hey, what about me? I like 3D printing, and the prosthetic side of it and helping people is what really drew me in. And I was like, I don't even need to do this for a project. I just want to be involved in this. So I went over there. We told them, you know, this is the printers we have, and they actually bought a printer, and I helped them set it up. We've done some training. We can make wrist and hands and a lot of fingers. There's a lot of free files out there and developers who want to share their work and give back to the community. So I've been taking their files and printing them out and giving them to our community. So 3D files, you can either model your own with a modeling software. You can download someone else's files. There's a lot of free ones. And then you put it and upload it into a slicer. And the slicer essentially decodes this 3D object and tells the printer, hey, this is how you print. And you export it as G-code, which is the printer readable file. And then I upload that and I click print. There's a lot more to just doing that. But once I tell it, you know, print this file, I make sure the bed's leveled. I put glue stick on the print bed, and it heats up and prints out the object. Due to COVID, we haven't been printing a lot. I'm hoping to get that started again. I was in my last semester of my senior year in my bachelor's, and I became the help desk specialist. I started managing people. Okay, so let's go back to requests and see how many new tickets we got. Looks like we have a voicemail. I'll let Jade get the voicemail. So let's go back to the one you were just looking at. And I realized that I have a really fun time managing these students, and I'm looking forward to managing full-time staff. In the future, I'm hoping to be a CIO. A lot of jobs out there right now are very specialized, and I don't meet any requirements because I'm jack of all trades. I took a semester and a summer off of school, and then I applied to the project management master's program. I was really worried I wasn't going to get accepted because I didn't have 2 years of full-time experience, but they accepted me because I'm part of the CSS community, I guess. And from there, I've been working. I have 2 semesters left. I'm in my capstone project right now, and that is focusing on higher education projects in relation to stakeholder management and engagement and executive sponsorship in project pre-work activities. So it's very, very specific, but it's really fun. So I'm having a good time. If you are interested in 3D printing, you can talk to me or one of the CIS faculty. When I first started, I had no idea that I'd be fixing the printers more than I'd actually be printing. And I think I learned a lot from, getting my hands dirty and working on these printers, and got hooked on 3D printing, and here I am today.